and it's one of the
Oh
most.
no. Okay, yeah. It's good. Alright. This is Kinga. Follow him. He's a cool dude. He reviewed the changes, all that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I hear it. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Okay. Turn it up a little. I got you.
Breach's stun has had its cooldown increased from 40 seconds up to 60 seconds. The duration of his stun was also reduced from 3.5 seconds down to 2.5 seconds, however the stun now stuns slightly faster, with the windup decreasing from 1.2 seconds to 1.1 second. Breach's flash also got a small buff, with the maximum duration increasing from 2 seconds up to 2.25 seconds. And then for his ultimate, the width has been decreased from 23 meters down to 18 meters, the concuss duration has been decreased from 6 seconds down to 4 seconds, but his ultimate points were also decreased from 9 down to 8. Next up for Fade, the cooldown on her Haunt is increasing from 40 seconds up to 60 seconds, and its active duration has been decreased from 2 seconds down to 1.5 seconds. Then the visibility in near sight from Fade's Prowler has been increased from 5 meters to 7 meters. For Fade's ultimate, the width of.
If you didn't see Fade players beforehand, they definitely won't be on that shit now. Listen, there's always two types of Fade players. There's the ones that what is it? There's the ones that just util dump, or the ones that genuinely know how to use her and can use her pretty well. Yeah, her pick rate just went down just from that. That is funny shit.
Of Nightfall has been reduced from 24 meters down to 20 meters. Additionally, the deafened and marked effect will now last less time, from 12 seconds down to 8 seconds. However, the decay now remains a consistent 80 damage over that duration, rather than decreasing over time. Next up for Gecko, the cooldown upon reclaiming all of his abilities is increasing from 10 seconds up to 20 seconds. Then the health of Thrash has been decreased.
Yeah. I think the only only initiator people are gonna pick is still Gecko. Like, respectfully. Like, they're still gonna only pick Gecko. Because they quite literally neutered the other ones. And then on top of that, I think they're tired of seeing Omen in in VCT. Because he's just so strong. But at what cost? You know what I'm saying? Like, at what cost you made all these changes, and also you Omen's too OP. Nerf Astra. Astra, I will say, and you can fight with me all day on this. I will say that Astra is one of the hardest smokers in the game to use. Every time a nerf comes to her, her pick rate that was already fucking low gets lower. When was the last time that you saw somebody pick Astra? like, come on, be real with me. The Astra nerf wasn't needed though. That pick rate drops because she's hard and nerfed to hell. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that her ultimate, negates bullets, negates blah da 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 da. But like, there are certain characters where shit can just go through her wall too for her ultimate, and her ultimate isn't her entire kit. I know people are tired of seeing her drag people off the what is it? Drag people off of the spike. But like, at that point, you have to like target prioritize. Like, not to be that guy, but to be that guy. You have to target prioritize. You learn this shit in it. If you didn't play Valorant before, maybe you were a CS:GO person, or you were an Apex person, or blah 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 blah. You know what target priority is. Like, it is in every game. The guy that's getting the most kills, automatically target priority. The Astra, target priority. Prio the lifeline, prio the person who has the spike, prio the what is it? Just I just don't understand. Like, you hear the spike get dropped. Okay, we need to send someone in their flank. Like, I don't understand. And
From 200 down to 1.
and I get it, it's kind of hard, especially if you have somebody like You have a good sentinel that's watching the flank, but they neutered their sentinels too. Like in this video, let's go through the whole video, then we'll talk about it. But like, you know what I'm saying?
180, the health of Wingman has also been decreased from 80 down to 60, and the concuss duration from Wingman has also been decreased from 3.5 seconds down to 2.5 seconds. Sova's Recon Bolt has had the cooldown increased from 40 seconds up to 60 seconds, and then for Skye, the near sight from her Seekers is also of course being changed from 5 meters up to 7 meters. Finally, for the initiators, we've got some changes to KO. First of all, the cooldown on his knife is increasing from 40 seconds up to 60 seconds.
Omento P, nerf Astra. I'm sorry. I needed to get that off my chest. Like, Omento P, nerf Astra. Like, oh my god, bro. Like, this shit just makes no sense to me. This shit makes no sense to me. Oh my god. Okay.
His right click or underhand flash is actually getting a substantial buff, with the maximum flash duration.
We need to buff KO. Nerf Astra. We need to buff KO. Nerf Astra. Like, and it don't help because she is like the only other black person in the game besides the new character, and the new character just came out. Oh yeah, and Phoenix, but like Phoenix, it doesn't seem gameplay anymore. He doesn't see gameplay anymore because he's a selfish character. So like, I'm sorry, I'm stop pausing, but you get my point. Like,
increasing from one.
Raises black. I don't know what I thought she was. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. I don't even know. I don't even know what I thought she was, bro. All I heard was Brazilian black man. What the hell? Ooh. No, she's just tanned. Ooh. I don't know. I was just like, well, she's Brazilian. I don't know. I don't know, bro.
0.5 seconds up to 2.25 seconds. Then we also have some stim changes across the board. So for KO's ultimate, the amount of increased fire rate he gains has been reduced from 15% down to 10%. However, he now also gets 10% increased weapon draw speed.
Ooh, he gets a faster draw. Oh shit. Y'all, KO might be coming back. Y'all.
And 10% increased weapon recover speed.
I hope you know I'm only playing KO, especially since that new character. Yeah, I'm only playing KO. You're out your mind, bro. If you think, my thing is that like I hate his flash. I mean this in the kindest way possible. It's useless. It's useless. Change his secondary fucking tactical because I'm not gonna hold you. His flash is useless. They either need to change how it works, or because 90% of the time I see KOs just flashing themselves
when in his ultimate. Next, let's take a look at the duelists, where most of the changes are for things like stuns and slows to feel more rewarding by making them require more precise timing and well coordinated.
You will never see arena player ever again. You will never see arena player ever again. Do you understand what he just said to you? Do you understand that?
Ability combos. ISO only has the one change. His ultimate has had the range.
Oh no, ooh! I cannot explain to you how mad I was. I can't explain to you. I cannot explain to you when I heard this change. I said, who the fuck is playing this game? I was like, wow, I just got so mad. You just don't understand, bro. You don't get it. You don't get it. You zone get it. You zone get it. You zone get it. I was like, wow. They not only shortened his ultimate, but like you gotta pray to a higher power when you use his ultimate anyways, that somebody's actually sitting in the spot that they're gonna be in. Not to mention it's a fair 1v1. Okay, listen, I'm sorry. It's a fair 1v1. It's a fair ass 1v1. That's all I'm saying. Besides it, well, kind of a fair 1v1. You gotta, if he got his shield up, you definitely need to peek through classic him and then go back. You get what I'm saying? What is it? It's not, you gotta coordinate it more than other flashes. That too. I most of the time I just see that, like, when they try to use it for themselves, which it's so frustrating. Everybody else can kind of use their flash to their own advantage. Um, Not only is the timing of KO's flash really fucking annoying, the flash time, in terms of using it, like when you peek, they're already unflashed. Or God forbid you do get that long flash, like it's still like a toss up. At least in my experience of playing KO. And seeing other KO players and what they complain about with KO, since there's such little of them to begin with. That's just me. I so ulted my wife and now I'm married. Exactly.
Decreased from 48 meters down to 36 meters. Raise
No more kidnapping, I guess. Also, the raise change was kind of crazy. Can we talk about this? She's now affected by slows while mid-air with the blast pack. So that means if there is like a sage orb in the vicinity, it'll slow her. The point of raise is that she can get to back sight really fast. And I would say to some extent, I'm not a jet player, but it kind of helps too. You know what I'm saying? Um, like her job is to get in, get a kill, maybe two, and then you know what I'm saying. But like she can get slowed now mid-air. Now she has to wait an additional maybe, what is it? How long is from deployment time of that shit? Like that's an extra 3 seconds out of the match. You know what I'm saying?
also has a small nerf, as she can now be affected by slows while mid-air from her blast pack, so this is to match how the other sort of dash abilities are impacted by slows. For Reyna, the health of her Leer has been decreased from 80 HP down to 60 HP, and the near sight radius from Leer has been increased from 5 meters up to 7 meters. We've also got other sort of dash abilities are impacted by slows.
Explain that again.
For Reyna, the health of her Leer has been decreased from 80 HP down to 60 HP, and
also I didn't check. Am I gonna be able to post this VOD? Or is it on all? Well, I just got so mad. Like, you just don't even understand how mad I got. Oh, wow. It's okay. Part of the VOD will be muted. I don't give a shit.
the near sight radius from Leer has been increased from 5
And so the near sight radius has been increased from 5 to 7
meters up to 7 meters. We've also got a number of changes to the stim effect from Reyna's ultimate as well.
Okay.
Faster reload time, increased fire rate, weapon draw speed,
Okay.
and recovery speed are all being reduced down to 10%.
Oh! You will never see a Reyna player ever again. Wow, that's crazy. That's so insane. Damn. Yeah, get ready to never see a Reyna player ever again. Or if she is, they're gonna be complaining, they nerfed my character.
Make this ability consistent with all of the other stim effects in Valorant. Next, they're changing Neon's sprint to require more thoughtful resource management. The amount of time you can sprint with full battery has been increased from 12 seconds up to 16 seconds. However, it now takes way longer to fully recharge that fuel bar, from 20 seconds up to 60 seconds.
That's a good change.
Then Neon's stun is caught up in the across the board changes, with the concuss duration being decreased from 3.5 seconds down to
Well. Huh. That's, well, you know, sometimes God giveth, God taketh.
2.5 seconds. We do also have some changes to Waylay. The hinder duration from her stat trait was decreased from 4 seconds down to 3 seconds. There's lots of small changes to her ultimate too. First of all, it will no longer spawn an after image of herself, and Waylay is no longer pushed back when casting.
Thank
now
God.
Feel more locked in place in terms of aim rotation and movement speed when casting Convergence, similar to Breach's ultimate. The duration of the hindered status effect from this ability is being decreased from 7 seconds down to 6 seconds.
Damn.
And then the width of Convergence has been decreased from 18 meters down to 13.5 meters.
That was a good change.
Waylay now even receives less of a movement speed boost from 15% down to 10%.
Oh wait, I forgot. It's fair use if I'm commentating over it. Whoops. So I can turn that shit back on. Hold on. If I can find it. Monday. Sound alert. Oh, I didn't even mute it. Oh well. That didn't fucking matter, clearly. Game capture. I'm just making sure everything is on besides Spotify. Okay, cool.
So I guess counteract all those small nerfs, her ultimate will now pop significantly faster, with the initial windup being decreased from 2 seconds down to 1 second. That brings us to Yoru, who's getting some pretty major nerfs, since his kit has become so effective that it's overshadowing the other duelists, and
he's getting nerfed. I'm sorry, let me put this in English for you. He's getting nerfed because he shows up in VCT too much. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. They're tired of seeing Yoru. Alright? They're tired of seeing the get out of ultimate throw a clone trick. I'm sorry.
even some initiators. Making changes to make his tools more selfish, encouraging more coordinated team play to achieve his potential. For Gatecrash, the health on the anchor is decreasing from 60 down to 20, and now the smaller audio cue that would play when Yoru teleported away will now also be heard from that location when he uses a fake
Oh. Well, that isn't.
teleport. The flash duration from his clone is being decreased from 3 seconds down to 2 seconds, and the duration from his actual flash, Blindside, is being decreased from 1.75 seconds down to 1.5 seconds.
Damn. They figured there isn't much counterplay against his ult. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely not.
They also made a tweak to Yoru's flash if it was slightly off screen, since it was more effective than intended. Then a massive nerf to Yoru's ultimate. He can no longer cast flash at all, or set up a clone while using dimensional drift.
Oh, so that's insane, right?
So he will still be able to activate any already placed clones, and he can still use teleport, but no flash is definitely a huge nerf there. Now for the controllers, where the devs said that this class is in a healthy state, and most of these tweaks are just to bring things in line with the other game-wide.
Mind you. Sorry, let me clear my throat real quick. Let me clear my throat real quick. In what world did we need to nerf Astra? I'm sorry, bro. Like, I just feel like there's something. All right, like I'm side-eyeing like crazy because like there was no need to touch. There are no Astra players. There are no Astra players. I'm so sorry. Like, I promise you, if you go check her pick rate, it's probably like at 2%, maybe 3% if you're lucky.
Changes. So with that in mind, Astra actually has multiple nerfs. For Gravity World, the fragile duration has been decreased from 5 seconds down to 2.5 seconds, and the cooldown on that ability has been increased from 45 seconds up to 60 seconds. Similarly, for Nova Pulse, the concuss duration has been decreased from 3.5 seconds down to 2.5 seconds, and the cooldown on her stun has...
Yo, I ate so bad. Did you hear me when I said either 2 to 3? Astra's pick rate? Pick rate? Hello. Astra's pick rate is around 3.11. Did you hear me? 3%. 3%. Any fucking way.
Has increased from 45 seconds up to 60 seconds. Then the cooldown on Astra's smoke was also increased from 25 seconds up to 35.
You know what? I'm about to become an Astra main again. Just to show how hard it is to play this character and effectively win. Like just to show how much team coordination using her actually takes. You have to have godly team coordination to use Astra. Godly.
Seconds. Then there is a minor change to Brimstone where his stim beacon was updated. Both the increased fire rate and increased movement speed have been reduced from 15% down to 10%.
Why are they touching Brimmy? You're right. They're tired of seeing brims and smokes and crouched in the corner of a smoke with a shorty.
Viper has a nerf to the decay damage on all of her smoke abilities.
Listen, I used to be a Viper main before they did all these fuck ass changes. Okay? I understand that they were needed. Okay? I'm not saying that the changes weren't needed to her kit and she low key was OD back in like season 5. She was low key OD. But ever since those changes, I feel like you can't like, and I mean this in the kindest way, you can't use her by herself. Like, you have to have another smoker if you are going to have a Viper on your team. And I think that's like largely a lot of the reason that I don't use her anymore, because solo queuing, I have to hinge on the fact that somebody else would pick smokes. And I, one, don't want to inconvenience people. And two, is just like, at that point, you might as well instead do double initiator, you know? Like, double initiator, double smokes, and one sentinel. At least that's what I'm thinking. I'm insta locking Sage every time. They lowered the amount of time her wall lasts, I think, also. I can't with Viper's new changes, I used to be able to like before her changes, I used to be able to know when I needed to put down my wall and when I could pick it back up. With the new changes, I don't like I don't. And sometimes her smoke orb, it feels like a waste of money. Like, and that, I think that really frustrates me as someone who really enjoyed playing Viper. Um I understand she was super duper strong. Um it's just frustrating. I think it's because I'm a casual competitive player. I'm not like a competitive player. I'm a casual competitive. I'm not a casual player though. Like, I never could be me. Um it's just, it's not for me. Playing Spike Rush and shit is just not for me. Escalation, shit like that. It's not an idea of a good time. I think my idea of a good time is the gambling of what is it? The gambling part of competitive could never be fully casual. That's not my blood. That's what I'm saying. Like, even like my quote unquote casual games are still competitive. But like, you understand what I mean, the difference between competitive and casual competitive. Like, I'm not like running for Radiant every time like a new season pops up, though I am running for like plat. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yeah, maybe plat, maybe, you know, but like, am I saying, oh, yeah, gotta make it to Radiant. I gotta get my hit of Immortal. Like, no. I love the game. It's just, I had this talk with somebody I don't talk about, or not talk about, I don't talk to anymore, and how games are moving towards more competitive versus like have like fostering a space for casual players. Um and when changes are made like this, I feel like big changes that happen to characters like Viper, etc., etc. I'm sorry, I'm a Viper Glazer. I'm a season 5 Viper Glazer. Like they definitely should be kept in like, I don't know, like it should have its own mode of characters before they were fucking whatever. Like you know how like in Overwatch they have like the 100% mode where like there's no fucking cooldowns or whatever. And you might be like, well, they could just do a custom game, but like they want people to matchmake against, like that's the only way that I can think of fixing that problem is making a mode specifically like that. Which people will be like, well, what about escalation? I'm like, mm, mm, I think just 100% mode would probably satisfy those people um that have that feeling. Just having the reverted changes of when characters were quote unquote their best and like put it all in one mode. Does that make sense? Now this might be a terrible take for me, but I just feel like, I don't know, to help the casual players, I guess, to make them feel like to make them feel like they can have fun, I guess. And that's the nicest way I can say that.
Initial decay would inflict you with 30 damage, now that is only going to be 10 damage. Lastly, for the controllers, Omen has some nerfs, with the cooldown on his smoke increasing from 30 seconds up to 40 seconds. His paranoia is also getting nerfed, with the total travel distance reducing from 32.5 meters down to 25 meters. Paranoia will also cover that distance faster, changing from 16 meters per second to 20 meters per second.
I get what you're saying. Have a mode that never updates is kind of in the long run. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the way that Overwatch has like their weekly rotation, like we'd have like some shit at the end where it like rotates escalation, rotates blah 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 blah. Um, it is a is more like forced to think that nostalgia feeds into it. It definitely is. Like maybe like how people talk so fondly about when Raze had 2 grenades. You know what I'm saying? When Raze had 2 grenades where maybe if they like made like a custom thingy the way that like Overwatch has it, where like it's like open customs where you make your own like changes and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they can have like Michael Myers and all that shit. Do you get what I'm saying? Um, I mean, I can't think of another way to fix that problem. Um, Besides giving the players like free reign in their own little side of the game. Not to mention, those freaks can go roleplay over there too.
Of course, the near sight radius on Paranoia is also being nerfed, going from 5 meters up to 7 meters. Last but certainly not least, for the agents we have the Sentinel class. We're seeing some health reductions on abilities across the board to keep your bullets precious, and sharpening each Sentinel's unique identity while increasing intended counterplay. Starting off with Sage, the only changes are to her wall, with each segment having the health decreased from 800 down to 600. The wall will now fortify faster though, originally taking 3.3 seconds and now taking only 2 seconds.
That's good.
Sage's wall is also going to be cheaper after this patch, with the cost being reduced from 400 credits down to 300 credits.
Good.
Deadlock has a similar change with her wall. The smaller nodes are having their health reduced from 570 HP down to 580 HP, but the wall is cheaper from 400 credits down to 300 credits.
Okay.
She also has her Gravnet cooldown increased from 40 seconds up to 60 seconds, and the stun from her sonic sensor now has a shorter duration from 3.5 seconds down to 2.5 seconds.
Right.
Speaking of her sonic sensor, the devs said that they have improved how placeable abilities, so things like sound sensor but also even Cypher's spy cam, that preview when placing on the map is now going to be more accurate and better aligning with the eventual location of your ability.
Right.
So they noted that Deadlock's sound sensor will move away from the current snappy behavior to a more smooth preview.
Yeah, apparently Cypher's cam, you can see it all the time now, like other Sentinels too. He's gonna talk about that in a couple seconds, but just to let y'all know. Also, his trip no longer concusses. So there's that. There's that.
Killjoy has some changes to both her turret and alarm bot, as they now have a new wind-up effect when Killjoy first re-enters their activation range. The alarm bot has had the reactivation time increased from 1 second up to 2 seconds,
Damn.
and also had its health reduced from 50 down to 20.
Damn.
Then specifically for her turret, the reactivation time was increased from 0.5 seconds to 2 seconds, and the cooldown on the turret when destroyed was increased from 45 seconds to 60 seconds. They did buff the turret movement tagging though, with the value changing from 29.5% up to 50%, and this essentially means that you will get slowed down a lot more dramatically when shot by Killjoy's turret. Moving on to Cypher, where there are some pretty big changes as they wanted to solidify his role as the information guy, taking some power away from his kill setups. First of all though, the spy cam will now appear to nearby enemies even when not being used, bringing it in line with some of the other stealth abilities in the game. On top of that, when the camera is active, there will be a louder, persistent camera audio for enemies within a 12-meter range.
Crazy. That's stupid.
Finally, for the spy cam, when it's destroyed, the cooldown is increasing from 45 seconds up to 60 seconds.
Good
Then
fucking.
for Cypher's trapwire, it's almost getting a mini rework. First of all, the concuss and tether debuffs have been removed. Instead of those two, a slow will now immediately be applied for enemies crossing the trapwire. The reveal is being pushed back by roughly 0.4 seconds. Originally, the reveal would occur before the trap was fully activated. Now enemies will be revealed when the trapwire has fully activated, and that wind up time has been decreased from 1.5 seconds down to 0.9 seconds. They've also made it so that now if a player disrespects the trip and moves 4 meters away from the attached location, they will immediately be revealed. So essentially, the concuss and tether have been replaced with an immediate slow. The reveal takes half a second.
Wait. So, repeat, like, tell me if I'm wrong. So, does that mean, like, you don't get snapback at all? All it does is reveal where they are. You don't get snapback, you don't get concussed at all. Huh? What? What? I'm sorry. I apologize. But, like, what? I'm ready to dash in, boss. Oh, yeah, this is a W for duelists, I guess. Like, you can just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, you just disrespect the trip and still walk in. Like, you don't, like, they got rid of his punishing, which I guess is understandable, but I feel like this change was only needed for like one map, which was motherfucking Ascent. It is quite literally impossible to get in on, I think it's B, if like they do the unbreakable trip correctly. So there's that. I've had times where I've been shooting a trip and like I'm shooting where it should be and it's just not breaking. Like, I don't know. Well, I mean, and I guess this forces um them to buy their cages, I guess. But like I feel like they were buying cages beforehand. So with this change, do they lower the cost amount of this since it's lost like both of its debuffs?
Second longer than before, unless the enemy disrespects the trip. Finally, for the Sentinels, Vice is seeing some serious nerfs too, since the devs said that countering her has been more difficult than intended, so they're going to adjust her wall and flashes counterplay rules so they're simpler and more consistent for enemies. Firstly, for the smaller number changes though, the health on her Razorvine is being decreased from 4.
You can just I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. You can just classic that shit. yo, if you thought there was little Vice players beforehand, you're about to laugh your ass off. You can classic that shit.
40 HP down to 20. Then for Steel Garden, the initial wind-up time has been increased from 3.4 seconds up to 4.4 seconds, and the radius was decreased from 32.5 meters down to 26 meters. They've reworked the trigger logic on Vice's wall, making it easier to bait out. The wall now spawns immediately when an enemy enters and then leaves its trigger zone. Enemies will also hear an audio cue, audible only to them, when they enter the trigger zone. There are massive changes to Vice's arc.
Yo. Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm about to disrespect the fuck out of this operator when we close the stream. When we get off stream, bro, y'all are about to hear the craziest voice note in the Discord about Vice. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. This shit is going to be so funny, bro. It is going to be so funny. I'm not gonna hold you. Oh, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. It is about to be a funny time. Y'all are about to. Oh, bro. If you haven't joined the Discord, join the Discord. Like, I'm about to clown the fuck. I'm about to clown the fuck out of Ice, bro. Like, you just don't understand, bro. Like, oh, bro. Shit is insane. Oh, great God.
Bros 2. First of all, when it's destroyed, the cooldown has been increased from 45 seconds to 60 seconds.
Everybody got a 60-second timer, bro. GG.
And now recalling her flash will always incur a 20-second cooldown.
It's a 60-second cooldown, but isn't each match a minute and 40 long? Or is it 3 minutes? I don't know.
The duration of Vice's flash has been decreased from 2.25 seconds down to 2 seconds, and there will no longer be a sound cue or voice line for when you successfully flash an enemy.
Good hit.
Flashing.
They're also making archers destructible after the flash windup starts, rather than being invulnerable. So that is all of the agent stuff.
I think my thing is that she was the only person that had like a voice line for what is it? She's the only person who that is a funny emo. I'm not gonna hold you. Should I make one like that? I might. She's the only person who had a voice line for her flashes. So, and I always had wondered why she was the only agent that had a voice line for her flash.
But we're also looking at some weapon changes too. The devs said that this is because tap strafing has
Phil,
become—
this is the wait, is the voice line gone? Yeah. This is the spray changes. So let me go back. I apologize. I spoke through him.
That is all of the agent stuff, but we're also looking at some weapon changes too. The devs said that this is because tap strafing has become the most viable shooting style, and they wanted to make the choice between tapping, bursting, and spraying more meaningful. So the Bulldog, Phantom, and Vandal all have the same initial value changes here, the first one being the horizontal switch time increasing from 0.37 seconds to 0.6 seconds. So the horizontal switch time is when, as you're spraying the gun, it'll sway from left to right. That will now feel a little bit slower as it takes more time to fully swap sides, making that movement easier to counteract. However, on all three of those weapons, the chance of this horizontal switch occurring has been increased from 6% up to 10%. So while the switch itself is now easier to control, it's also going to have a higher chance to actually occur. Then specifically for the Vandal and Phantom, they're getting an additional 2 bullets protected from spray. So the Phantom is going from 6 protected bullets to 8, and the Vandal is going from 4 protected bullets to 6. That change is essentially the amount of bullets that you can shoot before your gun has a chance of horizontally switching. Then we have some changes to the SMG class in order to make the Spectre a more appealing purchase over the Stinger in some scenarios, while also increasing the mastery needed to control the weapon when trying to punch up in eco rounds. So for the Spectre, they're slightly reducing its overall spread from 1.5 down to 1.3, and also increasing its tap efficiency from 2 to 3. That change means there is a—
That might mean that the Spectre might come back into late gameplay. That's good. That's really good. Hopefully. Like, I think that that might bring Spectre back to late gameplay.
shorter wait time before the gun is fully accurate again after shooting. The Spectre also has a horizontal switch time increase from 0.18 seconds up to 0.28 seconds,
That's good.
and it's getting 1 additional protected bullet from 4 up to 5. Then the Stinger is getting the spread increase from 1.3 up to 1.5, and that spread will occur starting 1 bullet earlier, from the 7th bullet instead of the 6th. Additionally, the vertical recoil on the Stinger should now increase more aggressively. Then there is the console version of those weapon changes if you're interested. A new reporting category is added in this patch called rank manipulation. This option should be used instead of simply saying someone is cheating, and encompasses behavior such as smurfing, win trading, and boosting. Finally,
Yo, I had a couple of words. There was gamer words 1, 2, 3. Like they scroll past my brain so fast, bro. I was like, we don't call them that. We call them beep 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 beep. Yo, it was so funny how fast like the gamer words, like they went so fast. Like it felt like, like those like neon light thingies that like rotate like a sentence at like a gas station or like a corner store, like, and it was just word boom boom, gamer word, gamer word, gamer word. I was like, we don't call them that, we call them gamer word, bitch ass, gamer word, gamer word. Like, we like it was so many words that went past my head. Like, you should have saw it, bro. It, like, wow. Like, I'm a VTuber, bro. Like, I gotta have some decorum, but like at the same time, yo, fuck Smurfs, fuck win traders, and fuck, oh fuck, bro. Like, fuck them, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. The amount of anger that I get when I win a couple of rounds and then somebody goes and they call their big brother to get on their computer, like the amount of like gamer words that boom 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 boom. I'm like, wow. I'm here, your highness. Oh, hi.
for the map changes, Abyss
I made that what is it? I made that redeem because Twitch is stupid. So, yeah.
is getting some updates towards mid. That should open up more pathing options for both teams.
Yeah, they completely got rid of that corner, so you have to walk up mid now, which is so crazy to me.
Significantly adjusting the hallway in there. Then there's massive updates to the B side as well, so defenders should now have an easier time with the initial.
Yeah, the defense side for this map is so ass. It's so ass. It's so fucking ass. I'm like, I don't even, bro. The defense, the defense part of this map is so ass. I even playing as Cypher, that's like 90,000% of the reason why people pick Cypher for this side of the map, because what the fuck? Like, look how much space you got right here. You ain't got shit. You get ran from here. Jet come up here. Raze come up here. What you gonna do? What? Oh shit! I dropped my pen. But like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You see her? She's like, yeah, with her knives. The other one come over there. She throw a nade first, and then short DC you. Post game, the person who was either here or here is now fucked. Or if you are somebody who don't care about your life and you sit right here in the beginning of the map, chamber. If you sit right here in the beginning of the map, chamber, jet, I don't even know what to tell you, my dog. Like, and don't let you not have two smokers on this map, or you have a clove on your team. I'm sorry to the people I've played clove with on this map, but like, while I do like playing Omen, there is something about Clove's like style. I guess she's the duelist, really, but like the way that Clove goes about stuff, like it makes it easier for me, but she can't see a lot of the map. When you look at her little iPad, when you look at her little iPad, like you can't really see a lot on specifically this map. Um so I apologize to people who I've played this map specifically and I played Clove. It's so hard. It's so hard to play on this map because you have to like you low key have to like get fucked to smoke. Because you have to push either out of mid, which God forbid somebody's like creeping up mid and now you like, and you know it's a part of the game. But like you know what I'm saying, you get there late and all that good stuff, and it's just a pain in the ass. Characters like Astra and Omen make this map a lot less hellish than what it is. That's all I'm gonna say, really. Um,
Initial site hold, and the attackers should have more options to play on site rather than relying on spam from B main.
right.
Pearl has some changes too, although there's less overall and just towards the B site.
When was the last time you saw this fuck ass map? Quickly. And also, they were tired of people holding long. Ooh, they were so tired. They were like, these fucking lineup Larrys. These fucking lineup Larrys and these fucking spammers from long, you ain't gonna keep getting away with this. Mind you, somebody will have a lineup for this today. Today. Did you hear me? Today. Today.
Where they removed that deep sightline from B long, since the angle provided too much control over the site from a safe distance. They also adjusted some of the cover around the site to encourage more direct engagement.
And also, not a lot of people play Harbor, so there's that.
Engagements on the site itself. Don't forget that Pearl and Split are returning to the map pool when the new act goes live.
Oh
with
shit!
Ascent and Lotus leaving to make room.
No, they taking my map out. That's some bullshit. Hey, listen, I am a Lotus Ascent Glazer. They taking my maps out. However, you might see more Viper play on this because I don't know, something about it.
0.8 for Valorant, probably one of the biggest overall changes we've seen to our game at once. I like the idea in general to tone down the impact of abilities, but I'm honestly concerned, for instance, that we saw no changes whatsoever to Clove, who is dominant in ranked at the moment. Anyway though, let me know what you guys think of all these changes. There's definitely a lot of negative.
Why the fuck he talking about my character? My character is completely balanced.